Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of Off the Board in July. And today I am doing something a little bit different. I am doing a Memorydex card. I am trying to get my family documented into this Memorydex for their birthdays and anniversaries so that I can kind of keep track a little better. So they would go in chronological order, and you would just flip the card and see whose birthday is coming up next so that you have your gift or your card or whatever ready for them when their day arrives. And so the inspiration that I used, it had like a die cut across the center of it, and that was what I pretty much took away from the inspiration piece. And so I am going to just use, I have this card cut on watercolor paper, and so I'm just using my dilutions to kind of do a watercolor wash down the whole card, so it's kind of got that yellow ombre effect. And then I am using this Tim Holtz die that is hexagons, and I am using that as the die cut across the center, just like the inspiration piece had. And now I am documenting my sister-in-law's birthday, which when I did this, when I filmed this video, it was like 3 or 4 days before her birthday. And so I sent her a picture of it. She does not live local anymore, and wished her a happy birthday. And so her name is Melissa, and Melissa means honeybee. So I thought this would be the perfect layout or Memorydex card for her because it has that honeybee kind of look to it, and I really like the way that it comes together. You did see me pull out the Nuvo in yellow there, and I tried it on the card, but it didn't show up enough to even bother with it, so I didn't warrant the effort that it would have taken to actually lay down a layer of it. So I just kind of decided not to even go there. I do open up my yellow embellishments, and right on the top I find this well, I did have a bee in there, as I just pulled out, but I had a couple of those bees. I knew those were in there, and I thought I would layer them up to give some added dimension. But also I found a piece that is a border that is cut, and so you're going to see me add that in just a few moments here as well. So this card is pretty much just going to be all yellow and black. These bees were leftovers from another project for my niece's daughter's birthday, and so I thought I would just layer them up, and I didn't do the best job of getting them lined up before the glue dried, and I do not know what happened. That glue just sank right into that paper, because normally I have a little bit of time to kind of maneuver things around, but in this case it just dried super fast. But I am backing the little bee with black, and I am going to soften up the black with some, I believe I used Nuvo, but we'll see. It's been a little bit of time since I've done this, and so I don't actually remember. I did it last month, and I have done several layouts and projects since then, so they all kind of start to run together at some point. Okay, yep, I do use the Nuvo in yellow, and it just kind of softens up the black effect, but it doesn't add much to the yellow bee, little, like the outline of the bee, so that's why it was a good one to choose. I could have used like the kind of grayish color of the Nuvo mousse to soften up the bee, but I would have had to have applied that to the black paper prior to using it to back the little bee. And that is a photo of my sister-in-law, and on that sheet of photos it has a whole bunch of my family members so that I can use, I printed out a bunch of them so I can use them to make Memorydexes for each one of those people in my each one of the people in my family. So I did back her photo with white. Actually, I didn't back it. I just trimmed it off of the photo sheet, and I left some a white border around it, and then I backed it with black. And there is the other die cut piece that you see. I am going to add that. It's kind of a mustardy, like a brown mustard color. I do try adding this die that has the number 25 on it, and I don't end up using that. I play with it a little bit, but it just was too much. There's already a lot going on this, and I would prefer this more simple look rather than to add this number, which is actually what I bought those number dies for, was for this project, but it was just too much. I even tried cutting it in yellow. And like I said, it just did not end up making the page, but I did want to show you that, you know, a little bit more of the process. Things do not always come together as quickly as they might seem on YouTube, because we are able to cut out some of the process that does not work. But I decided to leave it in because this video is already pretty short, and you can see what it would have looked like if I had left that in there. Like I said, it was just a little bit too much, at least for me. And so what I end up doing is I end up leaving the bee in the upper right hand corner and her photo in the bottom left hand corner. I do add some stitching for the flight path of the bee, just a little bit of stitching, and I think that just adds to it nicely. I do add this tab over to the left hand side of her photo, and then I am going to add a date stamp up at the top with the date of her birthday. Now, I don't worry so much about the year of the birthday. I do worry more about the day because, you know, I can always go back and figure out what the year is by, you know, looking in other places that I have that stuff noted. But I just don't want to miss the day of their birthday, and so this is definitely going to help. Now, here's where I'm going to use my pokey tool, and I am going to, it's a piercing tool with a mouse pad underneath so that I can pierce it, so that I can do a little bit of stitching on this little card. Now, I have the Memorydex card that goes in a circle, not the big, the one that is flat and you just like flip them forward and you can see the next one. I have the one that's circular and round, and so I do have to be careful how tall I can make those cards and how wide, because otherwise they do not fit through the path of the holder. So in case you're wondering, the ones that go in the, like, it looks like a rectangular box, those ones you can make them as tall as you want because they just flip forward. They don't actually go, you know, in a circular path around like a wheel. And so you can make them as tall as you want and have them way more fancy. But in this case, I have to keep mine a little bit limited to the space that I have. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Go check out everyone else who's playing along in Off the Board. I'm trying to play along all month long. We will see how long I make it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye.